Hey everybody, it's Friday night. It's time for some board games on Board Game Arena with myself, Andrew Megas. You're watching me on Megas Mandrick, the Twitch channel. We're going to play some digital board games tonight on Board Game Arena. So why don't we start off with a quick game of innovation. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you had a nice week. Last week we played some Mystic Vale on Steam. So let's see what else we can cook up here. So we'll open the table up. There we go. Okay. So I'll start off with some innovation tonight. We'll start off playing Domestication. We have Domestication the wheel to start. So the object of this game is to score achievements by accumulating point totals in your score pile in intervals of 5 or some other special achievements based on certain cards. So our opponents play Metalworking, which is a good card to pull out a lot of the castle cards. So we're going to, if we do this, it'll force them to meld the card in their hand. Maybe it's a red card, they'll cover it up, and we'll find out. When you pull a dogma like that, where you share icons and they have more than you, they actually go first, which gives you an advantage sometimes. So that forced them to play Code of Laws out. And it brings out the wheel for us. That's good. That gives us a lead in the castles, which is important in the early game. But we want to transition more into the leaves and the coins, because that's where we score points later on in the game. Accumulating coins and leaves gives a lot of power. So let's see what we're going to do here. So Mysticism will let us draw cards that we already have and meld them. We already have on the table, so I don't know if we necessarily want to do that right now. But we do want to try to get an advantage on the leaves. So let's throw Pottery up there. And it couldn't hurt to do Domestication. Maybe we'll cover up one of his cards. It'll also keep him from scoring Masonry. In order to get Masonry out there, he has to accumulate 4 cards with castles on and then meld them all at the same time. So we can kind of avoid, that's a special achievement. We can hopefully avoid having him do that with a combination of things. So we've got some good cards here. Agriculture will be helpful because I'll dominate our leaves, get it out. But we're going to use the wheel in Domestication and minimize what he can get from Metalworking and Masonry. These two cards actually work in opposition to each other. So if you use one, it makes it hard to get the other, because Metalworking throws those castle cards directly into the score pile. So let's see what he's thinking about doing here. So again, my name is Megas Mandrick. Happy Friday night. We're watching, playing Innovation on digital on Board Game Arena. Good reception to videos on Board Game Geek. I really appreciate that support. We also store the highlights and some of the games up on Adventures with Andrew Megas on our YouTube channel. So follow here, like and subscribe there. Let's see what's next. What should we do? It doesn't seem to be pushing either of these right now. Of course, he's not pushing Metalworking because with us having more castles than he does, that will force him to let us go first. But we have to make a decision here. I think what we'll do is we'll draw a couple more cards out, and let's press our advantage with Ors. Ors will let us force him to surrender cards to us if they have coins on them, as long as we have more castles out. So it's a good card early in the game to draw coins out of our opponent. You can accumulate several points here if they accumulate cards in their hand. Let's see what happens. So I think what we'll do is when he does the second action, we'll take our turn and we'll try to draw. See if any of these cards have coins on them. Oh, one of them does. Alright, let's see if the other one does too. Nope, apparently not. Okay, so what do we do next? Well, let's try to make sure that, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. It's nice because the scores are accumulated up here so you can measure icons. You can only cause demand icons to occur if you have a majority. We know he doesn't have that. And clothing isn't going to help us because clothing is useful when you have more colors than your opponent. City states, do we want to pop anything over? I don't think so. So let's throw agriculture up there. Now pottery becomes more useful as you create gaps in the cards here. So right now it's somewhat useful, but if we throw up more than one card, it's going to actually lose points in cards. But we can use it to run some of these cards into the score pile. Agriculture we could use too. The only difference between the two is agriculture gives you the next card in your score pile. Pottery gives you the current card in your score pile, but pottery pulls the card back so you can continue. So we can actually get two value card or a 2-level card with pottery right now, I think. So let's run pottery. So we're going to run one card out because City States really doesn't help us right now. It goes down our pile. We'll do it again because clothing again is not very useful here. Now the only danger here is map making. If he's smart, he'll use map making to pull those 2 1s over to his side, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Because if he pulls both of them over, it'll yep, that's what he's going to do. So now this is going to give him some points initially, but I wanted to get a couple of these 2-point cards in our hand so that we can exploit them. So it's okay. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to run agriculture now. We'll throw this 2 out. Gives us a 3. And we'll do it a second time. Trade the 1 in for the 2. So that gives us 5 points. Now if he's smart, yep, we'll take the achievement, which is okay. Now see, here's where pottery is a disadvantage because we throw this 2 back. It's actually going to pull the 1 out into the pile, so we actually lose a couple points there. So, welcome to my channel if you're watching. This is Andrew Megas. I am playing Innovation on Board Game Arena, one of my favorite places to play board games. We play board games on here, Tabletopia, Tabletop Simulator, Steam. I have several digital board games that we play as well. But I figured for tonight we'll play some good games here. Let's see, what should we do? Well, let's try this. So by playing the wheel and the fact that we both have the same number of castle cards, what it actually did was it forced my opponent to go first, which gave him the lower value cards and gave me the higher value cards. So that was a strategic advantage. I can get those optics out to try to catch up with the coins now. So that puts some coins up there, and then we'll throw currency up, and that'll get us to 5, which is what they have. So I'll put us in, at least on the same footing. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we'll throw currency up, and then we will, now the choice here is we can splay the cards with paper, which will pull more cards in our hand, but it will also decrease the currents currently. But let's take a look at what's under there. So it's a castle. So if we do that and splay green, which is the process of spreading the cards out, that lets you get extra icons. Spraying to the left doesn't get as well spraying to the right. Splaying up is the best move, and that comes later in the game. Let's actually do that, because we can make sure we continue with 5. So we'll take a risk this turn. And he's almost out of his usefulness with metalworking. So we managed to keep him from getting too many points here, but alright, so let's play our green cards out. Okay. Now here's where there's some goodness here. So what we're going to do is we'll use pottery. Actually, let's think about this. Yeah. Let's use pottery. Score that 3 point. So I get that in my hand. So it keeps us up on points. We're still a little behind, but it's still kind of early. Alright, so it's been a busy week. I haven't had much to stream. Last week I played some Mystic Vale on the digital version on Steam, which is a pretty good game. I like that game because you build cards. I love this game because of the myriad of strategies. Every card has a purpose. Some of them are specialized for certain situations. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to draw and meld a 3. And now this card will help us get some cards into our tableau, because this one will allow us to draw and tuck cards, and if they have coins we can repeat them. So we're getting up in the area of the deck where that will become useful. So we have to watch our achievements though, because we're starting to fall behind here, so we want to catch up on that. So, how's everybody doing tonight? If there's a game you want to see on Board Game Arena, let me know. We can definitely try it out. I've been using Board Game Arena for about 2 years now. It's a fantastic game. We found it in the early days of the pandemic. I've been playing on it quite a bit ever since. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, since we have the blue cards out, one blue card, we can splay it with paper to spread it out, because you want to get your cards splayed as early as possible to maximize the number of icons you have. So, unfortunately, it's going to give them an opportunity to display as well. Not too concerned about it right now. So we'll splay that out. So we've got a couple good cards here. So I'm going to jump up to astronomy. And then we'll use statistics to press our advantage here. So next hand we'll throw statistics up and start popping some cards off of their pile. Okay, he's going to use mathematics. Let's do this. And I'll pop the 5 off. So I'll take him back down to 16. So what we're going to do is just try to cripple his score pile now by removing some of these point cards and put them behind. Even though the risk is it gives him a couple cards he could play up on the tableau, I'm hoping that we can counter that advantage. So let's see. And then astronomy can help us get bunches of cards out, but we want to get a couple of these up beforehand. Okay, so he managed to pull that back, which is okay. We'll probably run canning again, which only give him 2 points plus. Yeah, so give him 2 points right now. Pirate code. Okay. Alright, so we're going to try to cripple his score pile a bit. Okay. And then what we will do is put experimentation up, which will get us into the majority with... Okay, so now we're going to transfer 2 cards over to him. Not the end of the world. 14 doesn't get him very far. He can only grab about 3 more points. So then what we will do on our turn is we'll throw experimentation up, because he has only 2 leaves, so we have a good advantage on leaves. So we can continue to push statistics. So we'll throw experimentation up to prep for astronomy, then we'll pull some cards down with statistics. Or maybe, you know what, we'll play statistics first. So let's do that. Let's pull. Okay. Next round we'll push the... Okay, so now next round we'll go with experimentation and start to run astronomy out, because that'll give us the majority in the light bulbs, which tend to be melding cards and tend to display, draw, and meld. The leaves are more of an offensive card. They provide good offense. Coins are good for taking points and cards. So, while the industrial cards help you build up your tableau for many cases, either from stealing or moving cards from pile to pile. So, if you're watching the stream, please say hello. Welcome aboard. My name is Andrew Magus. I play board games, especially on Friday nights at Digital Board Game Arena. We spend our late nights here. Almost consider it like a pajama party on Friday night. Industrialization is a great card to build up your tableau quick and get the majority in icons. So, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to play astronomy. Just see what I can pull out in sixes. Not much. That was not good. But vaccination we will throw up because that could come to advantage in the tableau, because that helps you pop off the cards from low to high. So that'll help us get rid of these ones. And it also puts another factory on the board, which we want in the later game. So, alright, so you pulled mathematics up. And then one advantage of vaccination is part of vaccination also entails covering card up with a meld. If you can see, if any card was returned, we draw meld sevens. And if they have more leaves at that point than I do, they get to do that as well. Right, so let's throw that up. And that took care of mathematics. Not ideally what I wanted to do, but it helps. Alright. So, the goal of astronomy is to get all the other piles covered with sixes or higher so that we can exploit the universe achievement, which is what we're going for right now. Right now our opponent's a little crippled point-wise. We have to be careful he doesn't get a card that will allow him to score a lot of these. So then what we're going to do is we're going to throw this up, because the sanitation will let us grab the 6 and the 7 out of his hand by giving him the 2. So that was a good pull. He has to give us the 6 as well. Unfortunately, the 7 will help us with the astronomy, but this other one didn't. Alright, so we'll throw combustion up there. Then we'll do the... No, now he's down to 4s. So let's run astronomy again. Still didn't help us. We have to get a green one, that's what we really need. So let's see if we can pop a green card out in the next 2. The nice part about blue and green with astronomy is they'll continue to cycle as if you meld blue and green cards. So our goal here is we're still trying to chase that universe achievement down. We haven't surrendered any points. We managed to curb his point score back. Yep. Got the one green card. 13. Alright, let's take a shot at it. There it is. That's going to give us the universe. There we go. That's one. Now, rocketry will employ. That will let us return a card from their pile. So we'll take that 7 off. We still don't have the majority in the factory, so that's not going to help us. And we don't have the majority in coins either. Can we get there? No, not quite yet. So we're going to have to look at an alternative plan. I think what we'll do is throw railroad up. this, return all these cards, draw 3 6s, which will give us back democracy, explosives, and empiricism. So let's do that. So that throws back all our cards. Then we have to draw 3 6s. Of course, there's only one left, so we'll have to take the other cards. But that gives us a new 7. Now, corporations still requires us to have factories, so it's not enough. But we can splay our yellow cards up. And as you can see, like I said earlier, splaying up is the best because you get all 3 icons on the bottom of the cards. And you notice how it jumped my point total up on my leaves. Then what we can do, now we don't want to run sanitation because that would trade a 6 card for 1. So I want to do that. Mass media is not going to be of much use to him right now. So let's see, what do we want to do? Let's get this on the board. And let's get corporations on the board. So that brings us up to within 1 point of his card. Of his total with factories. So that puts us in the ballpark. I'm surprised he hasn't run industrialization more than he has. So, you're watching Andrew Megas. I'm streaming on Twitch. My channel is Megas Bandrook. We play every Friday night. Also on and off over the weekend, depending on my schedule. Let's see. Let's use the railroad again. Whoop. That was a little weird. And mobility. I do post my highlights of my games on YouTube. I also post videos up on Board Game Geek, so you can see how we play. Yes, skyscrapers up. This could be our undoing. Let's see what happens. Although we did get an achievement for that. So now we have to protect. Because he's probably going to pull skyscrapers again. So which pile to surrender? That's a good question. Well, let's surrender railroad because it has a lower score. Although we would have got the 7-pointer there. So now we will have to let's use rocketry while we still have the opportunity. Oh, now they're going to return scorecards from our opponent. We'll get to do the same thing, but that's actually going to handicap us. I was not paying attention. Fatal mistake, and that's the problem. You always have to keep an eye on your icons, because this wasn't a demand card. So because they have more icons than I do, they get to go first. I made a mistake there. So learn from my error. Pop that 2 off. Then what will we do? Let's throw antibiotics up there. So the only thing he can do is exploit that one more time to pull off my rocketry. But what we'll do is we'll come back with antibiotics. It'll give us more draws. Oh, he chose not to do that. Maybe he's using that to take my 2 cards. Smart thing. Smart play there. Alright. Return 3 cards. 2. Well, that kind of cuts us off from doing what I wanted to do there. So let's draw an 8. Play it. Now he's probably going to skyscraper me. But at least he'll give us 8 points in our pile. Let's see what he does. So, interesting. Hi there, Tyven. We're playing Innovation on Board Game Arena. It's a card game. Came out in 2010. It's a really cool game. Basically, the goal is to achieve 6 achievements before your opponent does. For a 2-player game, the number of achievements you have to get to win goes down as the player count goes up. But you do it by building your tableau up and taking advantage of the actions on different cards. So, all right. So let's draw an 8. And then we're going to use quantum theory to jump ourselves up to a 10. Unfortunately, they also get the same opportunity if they choose to take advantage of it. We are behind in achievements right now. But hopefully we'll have some luck. I'll pull it out. So thank you for watching. We're streaming on Megas Mandrick. If you like the channel, please follow it. We also post highlights from our games up on YouTube on Adventures with Andrew Megas. Let's see what happens. Okay. So first thing he did was play stem cells. Stem cells lets him score a card. And then he's going to score all of them. And we also get the opportunity to score our cards. So let's see, he has 10, 17, 23, 29, 31, 33. Will give us 18, which will put us 31. Do we want to score our cards? So the disadvantage is we may lose the ability to do quantum theory. So no, I'm going to let it pass. If we let him score all his cards, we can come back with quantum theory and hopefully get a card that's advantageous to us. The downside is we give him a chance to get some achievements. And I think he may win the game if he's... No, he didn't. Alright, so let's see what we want to do here. We'll play quantum theory. Alright, and then what we will do is... Sort of self-service up. I'm not going to use the card because we'll lose with the achievements, but they already beat us, so a good game. Alright. So that game was Innovation. Let's see, which suggestions? How about Q-Birds? We played that last time. Play a quick game of this. So the object of this game is to collect birds. You want to collect 6 of the 7 birds. Or, actually, no, 7 of the 8 birds. Or you collect 3 birds of 2 different species to win the game. So what you do is the low number is the low flock. When you accumulate that number of cards in your hand, you can lay them down and keep 1 of those cards. If you score the higher number, you get to keep 2 of the cards. And the way you pull cards off the table is to simply surround them with birds that match. So for example, let's use our ducks, and we'll grab the parrot and the owl. So you see how it draws the 2 cards. Then what they'll do is they'll throw a card up there. We can complete a flock if we have enough cards of the prerequisite numbers. In this case we don't, so we just pass. The reason for the timer delay is so that your opponent doesn't know whether you can do it or not. So see, they managed to collect 3 owls, so they were able to lay down an owl in their set. Now, if you don't have a card, or you don't want to collect a group of cards, what you can do is take and throw a card up, and then that'll allow you to draw 2 cards. Now, the one key advantage here strategically is if you manage to get rid of all the cards in your hand, you can either draw or end the round. If you end the round, you can force your opponent as well as yourself to discard. So it's a quick little game that we can play. And it's called Q-Birds. So right now we're a little bit behind because it's 2-1, but hopefully we can catch up shortly. So what we'll do is we're going to take our robin and we'll throw it down here. That gives us the 4 ducks. Then to meld, which is the second part of our turn, we just highlight them.
Choose fly home, and you'll see that the duck is now added to our collection. So now we've evened up the score 2-2. They dropped the flamingo down, so still early in the game. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw these 3 birds. By the way, when you lay down cards, you have to lay down all the cards in your hand that match. So because toucan or the flamingo doesn't match anything, that would enable us to draw 2 cards. But I actually want to try to grab these because they give us some variety in what we're doing. So, and over here you can see your player's card count. Since you don't have them sitting across from you, you can't see their hand size, so they show it over here. So we are playing Q-Birds on Board Game Arena. My name is Andrew Magus. And you're watching me on Twitch. If you liked what you're seeing, please feel free to follow us. You can subscribe to us if you want to catch us when we're online. So now what I'm going to do is throw the robin up there and grab all of these cards down. Now, this is a good example. We have 6 parrots. That's actually going to give us 3, or we're going to get to keep 2 of them. So now we're halfway to victory because we have 3 parrot cards down here. Unfortunately, one is a little skewed. I'm not sure what's happening with the... Let's try... There we go. Not sure why it was stuck. You don't normally see cards in the digital game get stuck, but that was kind of interesting. Okay, so next thing. We're going to throw up the warblers. That'll let me pull these 3 magpies down, and then we can meld the magpies. So that was a good turn. So the score is tied 3-3, although we're 50% of the way there because of our set of 3. If I can land one more set of 3, we win the game. So let's see what we do next. Okay. So I think what we'll do... So we don't want to throw a toucan out because he has 2 of those already. So let's throw the... We don't want to give him the flamingo. That's an easy set to capture. So let's throw the owl out. Put it down here with that. So now we'll get to draw 2 cards. Sometimes you get lucky and you actually draw 2 cards that will help complete a flock. We didn't get so lucky in this case. Right. Throw a duck out. Now this is going to be... Oops. See, that's an example where they threw down their last card and forced it to discard. When the new round starts, the person that forced the discard gets to start again. So he's going to get first crack. He took all the cards in between. But there's a robin there. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we'll grab that. We'll pull the robins down. We can meld those. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's still tied. Okay, so it's 5-4. Let's see what we can pull out. Can we get the owl? Not really. But we'll throw a magpie up. And we'll draw. There we go. Oh, that was a nice draw. Let's see. They're not in danger of winning the game yet, so I'm going to pass right now, hoping that I can pull that owl so I can lay 2 of them down. It's a little bit of a risk, but I think it'll pay off for us. Okay. All right, so now he's halfway home too. All right, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to throw this up here to get that owl. Now we can meld the owls because we have 4 of them, so we have the higher number. We can meld 2 of them down. We just have to score 1 more set of owls and we win. But in addition to that, we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're neck and neck in the second method of winning. This is good. Grab that up. This kind of actually increases our chances because now we have 2 ducks down there. So we just need to get 1 more duck, 1 more owl, and we can win the game. Just have to keep an eye on what they're doing. So, we don't have robins down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I throw the flamingo down, they could win. So let's throw the robins down, but we're going to put them out here. Now let's draw 2 cards. Maybe we'll get lucky and draw a flamingo. No such luck. Alright, so pass. So let's see what happens next. What to do now? Let's see. I don't want to give them too much. Let's throw the warbler there. Let's draw 2 cards. The duck will work. Oh, we're running out of time. Taking too long. Alright. Let's see. Lay down, birds. So, what shall we do? We will, I'm going to throw the warbler up here. We'll draw 2 more cards. Hopefully we'll pull something good. Alright. Let's throw that warbler down there. Draw 2 more cards out. Obviously, we're taking a little bit of a chance here, but we're still ahead. All right, this is good. Let's put the robins up there. That'll enable us to get the magpies. We can throw the magpies down. Now we have 3 different birds that we can possibly score on. We just have to keep the flamingos out of their grip. Alright, they don't have parrots out. They don't have ducks out. We have to take a risk here. Let's throw that down. The reason I did that was in case they grab these warblers, it gives them some extra cards to hold on to. Okay. So, what are we going to do? We are going to grab let's throw the duck down here. Ooh, that was actually fortuitous for us. I'm gonna blink. Let's take the whole one. Now we'll put our flock down. That really doesn't help us much, but it gets rid of all those warblers. Just in case he was trying to accumulate a 2-pointer. Alright. So now we will grab this row. That gives us 8 of them, so we'll throw them out. And we just need birds or flamingos and we'll have a victory. Let's see what they do now. Threw the robin down. Okay. So, we're going to grab the warbler so we can get the robin. So what we're going to do is try to get this bottom row, but I have a feeling they're going to grab it from us. No, I'm wrong. They're going to play duck, and it does. Okay, so then we will gladly take the bottom row. That gives us a second robin. So we are playing Q-Birds on Board Game Arena. I'm Andrew Megas. You're watching me on Megas Mandrick. We post our highlights on YouTube on Adventures with Andrew Megas, as well as on Board Game Geek. So, all right. So what we'll do is 2 magpies. So let's throw. Right there. We'll draw 2 cards. Pass. Really didn't help us much. Okay. What can we get here that can possibly help us win? Let's throw the warblers down there. Let's draw 2 cards. Not a help. Okay, this game's coming down to the wire. Ducks, magpies. The best thing you could do is throw another duck down there for us, but oh. Ooh. I was not expecting that. Boy, I'm not sure what to do there. What do you think? Any suggestions which road we should take? And we can't even capture those toucans because I don't have a card that will do it. That's not very good. Let us see. Let's throw. Let's throw a duck down here. Draw 2 cards. We got a Maggie. Oh boy. Oh. It's a good thing they won because we won the next game. We'd grab that magpie. That was a good game. So that was Q-Birds on Board Game Arena. Let's play. Let's play one more game on Q-Birds. Let's create a table. If you'd like to play, I'm Megas Mandrick. I'm on Board Game Arena. Join me here. We're playing Q-Birds. The object is to collect a collection of birds. 7 wins, 7 of the 8 wins, 1 of each, or 3 of 2 different species will win the game. You collect them by matching endpoints and collecting the birds in between. So let's get started. We will begin by grabbing an owl. Just like that. So you see how it matched around the duck? I got to take everything in between. We have nothing to complete, so we'll just let it pass. Alright. We'll grab these magpies. So in the beginning of the game, you kind of want to get a decent amount of cards in your hand so that you can have options. Because you'll see as the game goes on, your options decrease. So there's 2 steps to the game. One is laying down birds, then drawing if you don't match, or picking up birds from the tableau, and then melding your flock. This lower number allows you to meld 1 card from the flock. The higher number allows you to meld 2 cards from the flock, which gives you jump on getting up there. So they have 2 birds down. Let's see. Let's throw the robins down and grab. Well, the only option we have is this one. Yeah, okay. Let's throw the robins down here. Now let us draw 2 cards because we couldn't pick up anything. And then we have no flock to complete, so we'll just pass. So, welcome to my channel. This is Megas Man Group. I'm Andrew Megas. We are playing games on Board Game Arena, which is one of the tabletop emulators that allow us to play digital board games digitally. I also play Tabletop Simulator, Tabletopia, as well as digital board games implemented on platforms like Steam. Alright, let's try to grab another magpie up here. Ooh, that's one we need for a flock. We're down 3-1 right now. Well, let's see. Let's grab... What do I want to do here? Let's grab the ducks. Oh, I'm not going to grab ducks because I was thinking something different. But we got magpies, so we can actually fly those home. Sometimes the draw is very lucky. Actually, the draw gave us 2 sets because we can meld these flamingos next time. It'll catch us up. Ah! He discarded all his cards, which lost us the cards we had set up in our hand. No problem. Let's see where we're at. So I have 4. Alright. This is war. We are going to throw down the robins to pull that down. That'll let us meld the toucan. Also gives us openings for 2 other sets, depending on what comes up. So let's throw a flamingo out here in this catch-all. We'll draw 2 cards. And we're fortunate enough to draw a parrot. That was a good draw. So it keeps us even with them. Let's see. Let's throw the ducks. You know what? Let's throw the toucan down here. There we have a toucan. We'll draw 2 cards. Maybe we'll get lucky. A warbler. The warbler will be helpful for us. Especially if we can grab these 3 ducks up here. There's a flamingo down. Cool. Alright, so we're going to grab the ducks here. That lets us, we're going to get 2 ducks out of this one, so that's a good thing. See, as we were able to meld the higher number of cards, so that gives us 2. This is good if we can get the owl. I don't think we'll be able to, though. Nope. I think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's the game. Good game. Alright. Let's see if we can get another game of innovation going. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Happy Friday. Welcome to my channel. My name is Andrew Megas. You're watching board games being played on Board Game Arena. It's a really great environment while we're waiting for somebody to join our table. This game platform has hundreds of games on, many popular games, including Architects, Duel, King of Tokyo, Carcassonne. The beautiful part about this game is you don't have to worry about setting anything up, taking it down. It keeps track of all the rules for you. You just have to play and strategize. So, but you can see there's a great many of the popular board games out here from the last 20 years. Fantastic if you're getting in the hobby, you want to try to learn games. Hundreds of games here. I don't think you need another platform, to be honest with you, if you play on here. It lines them up for you. It gives suggestions. It can watch what you do. The little the little bookmarks here in the corner indicates a premium member to create tables. You can play on any table, but if you want to have full advantage to creating tables on any game, you need to be a premium member. I've been a premium member for about 2 years, which is what this little icon up here means. So I can create any table I want, play any game I want anywhere. There's different modes of gameplay. We're playing in real time. However, they do have arenas where you can play against each other. They also have brackets that you can play in. So when you play in the arena, you're actually rated. So it's really fun. Really good time. You can have a lot of fun here. There's tournaments that last different seasons, several weeks. So, let's see. Well, you know what? We can actually play a game of Imhotep. Perhaps. Let's see what scores first. And of course, Lucky Numbers are one of my favorite games as well. So, we'll throw a couple tables up, see who connects first. Imhotep. Okay. So this is a game about building pyramids and monuments in Egypt. I've played this game a few times on the board. I've played it on here for the last week or two, so still learning the ropes. First player starts out with 2 stones. Second player starts out with 3 stones. You can either draw stones from your quarry up to 5, load them on a ship, or move the ship when there's a certain number of stones on them to these different locations to score points. So we'll talk about that as we go to them. The number of stones in the front of the boat indicate how many stones have to be loaded before you can begin moving them. So let's get started. Why don't we throw a stone on this ship? And you can load them. They get unloaded in order of space from front of the boat to the back of the boat. So sometimes strategically knowing where to put your stones could be a benefit. The marketplace gives you a chance to get bonus actions or score points. The pyramids score based on how the blocks are placed. So for instance, the first stone unloaded will get 2, the second one 1, the third one 3. This time we're going to take 3 stones from the quarry so we have some choices. Second layer gets 2, 3, 1, and 3 that gets stacked on the first layer, and 4 on top. With the temple, you put your stones in this set of 4 outlines here you can kind of make out, and you score every round based on what color is showing from the top down. All right, so let's put white stone on there so we can get where we're going. The burial chamber scores based on connectivity. So you lay your stones down here in columns going from left to right, and depending on how many stones are connected together, you score point values. And you can score multiple sets of point values at the end of the game based on how many stones you have inter-networked. All right, so where should we move this? Let's take it and move it to... What's that burial chamber? So stones get unloaded from front to back. These cards can alter these different rules in the game. So every round has a different configuration of ships. You play 6 rounds. At the end of 6 rounds, the person with the most points wins. So it's a pretty simple game, but there's a lot of strategy in it. So right now his quarry is empty. So that gives us a good advantage. So now what we're going to do is let's load a stone here. Now my thought with the 3-seater is that we will take it and go to the pyramids. I'm hoping they'll throw a stone in the middle here, but you never know. And they didn't. So let's load a stone on here just in case it goes somewhere interesting. Is it going to bite? If he doesn't put a stone there, I'm going to take this boat and move it down to the obelisk to give us a 2-stone head start. With the obelisk, whoever gets the most... Okay. It only gave me 3 points. All right, so now what we're going to do is let's take... Where will this do the most, give him the least advantage? Well, I think what we'll do is we'll load this ship up. So at least I can get some advantage on one of these objects. It would probably be his advantage to go to the temple, so we each get a point. Maybe he went to the obelisk. Well, it still ties us up. So I am going to take this ship and sail it to the market. And let's grab the chisel. All right. So that's the end of the first round. So now we'll go to round 2. You'll notice the change. The configuration of ships changed. I'm a one-man show here. So give me a second here. Okay. Let's see. We're going to take 3 stones to the quarry. We really don't have much of a choice. Interesting choice. Alright, no problem. No worries at all. Let's put a stone on there. Throw a stone on here. And throw a stone on here. If he sails, we'll grab 3. If he loads, we'll sail. Alright, let's sail our ship. We are going to take the ship. So this gives 2 points. This puts us 2 up. This gives 7 points, but we can't go here because the pyramid's already taken. If we go to the burial chamber, that puts 4 there for him, 3 for us. I'm going to take it to the obelisk. That gets us ahead on the obelisk. So then he's going to either have to go to the temple or the market or the burial chamber. So let's kind of hamper up his lead here. Let's sail this to the burial chamber. So what that did was it cut him off and prevented him from getting 6 points. So now these are only worth, or from 10 points, these are only worth 7 points to him. He played a card, so he was able to put 1 on the obelisk, so he tied it up. Alright. So it'll take 3 stones from the quarry to start. No worries at all. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we'll put two stones. Actually, no, let's cancel that. Let's play the card. I'm going to put 2 stones on the ship. And I'm going to sail it to the pyramid, actually, if we get the opportunity. Let's see what he does. So we're playing Imhotep on Board Game Arena. It's one of the newer games that they put up. Love the game. It's a strategic placement game. It's kind of like an area control game almost. Ah, okay. That gives us a 2-point advantage. So I'll take advantage of that to grab 3 stones. Because really, there's no ship advantage yet. We will put stone there. Sometimes placing them in the order on the boat also helps because it gives you the ability to control where the stone gets unloaded. So we're actually going to do there. It's a burial chamber. Okay. No worries there. Load one more stone here. The reason I backload this is if he takes the pyramids, it'll give us the 4, 3, and the 2 if he front loads the boat. He put it here though. Well, that's not a bad thing. So we'll take that card. We'll take this card, which allows us to change the order. And this will give us a point. This will give us 1 point per 3 stones. And the obelisk. So that gives us 2 points right now. Now we'll take 3 stones. Put that there. Load one on the back. Let's see what he does. So we sell that there, goes 6 to 3. We sell it here. Either way, we play lever. Oh, let's do that. We'll play the lever card. We'll sail the ship to the pyramids. Now we can control what gets unloaded. So we're going to unload his. We'll unload mine, which gives me 4. So that minimizes the amount of points he gets. So it keeps us tied up. We have a 3 stone advantage here. So let's put a stone there. Well, there. I'll show you why we did that in a second. Okay, no worries. We're going to actually sail this here. And that will cover up his stone. So we'll get 4 points out of that. Then we're going to leverage this to get 3 stones, as well as loading the ship. So load there. He's probably going to take us to the pyramids, I'll bet. Let's see what he does. You're watching Imhotep on my channel, Megas Mandruk, on Twitch. Okay. Grab that. We will load a stone onto our ship. We're playing Imhotep. We post highlights up on our YouTube channel, Adventures with Andrew Megas. Let's see. So let's play our hammer card. So let me fill up this hat. Let's put a stone on his ship. Alright, and then we will sail. So, if we sail here, that links it up. That gives him more points than 3. So we're actually going to sail this to the pyramids. At least it keeps our scores even. So round 5, we have a 2-2, 1-2-2, and a 3 ship. So there's a little bit of strategy here because there's a unique configuration of ships every round. So if you keep track of what ships come out, have an idea at the end what the final ship rounds might be. Unfortunately, I wasn't keeping track of it that close, but that's okay. Let's throw one of our stones on that ship. Pretty close game. Right, we will throw a second stone on that ship. So we get 5 points from the pyramid. They got 5 points. So what would be the best thing for us to do here? Probably take our ship to the obelisk. Puts the lead there. And then we're going to take his to the temple. I'm going to load a stone here, which will give us first choice in the market. Unless he sends us to burial chamber, he didn't. So we're going to the market, and we are going to use that to place 3 points for stone. 3, 6, 9, so that's 3 points. This is 2, 4, 6, 2 points. So we're going to take the pyramid decoration. He's probably going to take the burial chamber because that would give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would give him a whopping amount of points in the burial chamber. No, he did not do that. Okay. So we're ahead by 1 point. So this is the final round. So let's see if we can secure. I send him to the pyramids. At that point. Grab 3 stones. Stone on that ship. My goal here is to cut him off for the obelisk. Slick move. So it really doesn't matter. If we go here, at least keep some from the... Oh, what do I do here? Let's load this stone up. Well, if I sell it to the burial chamber, I can guarantee myself the 10 points here. That will also mess with his number of stones here, so we are going to cut him off from the obelisk. Plus it gives me points in the burial chamber as well. So he may get points for the burial chamber at least. Let's see how that did. Remember, we do have 3 scorecards here. And that's the victory. We won by 1 point. Fantastic round. And you all got to see my first victory on Imhotep. Great game. Great game. All right, let's go back to the main site. What shall we play? Let's do another game of Imhotep, I think. Let's see if we get an opponent. It all boiled down to the end point cards there. Really good game. All right, let's play another game of Imhotep. We're playing Imhotep on Board Game Arena. I am Andrew Megas. You're watching me on Megas Mandruk on Twitch. Please feel free to follow me and subscribe to my channel so you know when I'm streaming. We will also be posting the highlights up on Adventures with Andrew Megas on our YouTube channel, so please feel free to follow there. And I also post digital board game sessions up on Board Game Geek as well. So this is an area control type game where we try to use stones to maximize the point values we get from these different objects. We'll talk about each of them as we go. So the first step is to take your stones. You can have up to 5 on your sled, move them over to the ships, move the ships to different locations. They get unloaded in the order they're put on the ship, which can be very critical to points later in the game. So I'll explain each one as we sail. Certain score, the temple scores every round. Burial chamber scores at the end of the game. The obelisk scores at the end of the game. Pyramid score every round. Or when they're placed, actually. Not every round. All right. So let's see. It would be to our advantage. Still on there. Start out going to pyramids. That's fine. So we're going to take 3 stones from the quarry. So as you notice, when the stones got unloaded, we scored points based on that. So the score currently is 5-1. I'm going to load this ship up totally with my own stones. Now the nice part about the temple is if you get everything in the temple, that's an easy point value per turn. So you could basically get anywhere from 2 to 4 points, or 1 to 4 points each round, as long as your color is visible on top. So that's 2 points for the round that we get. Now we're going to do a defensive move here. We're going to move him to the burial chamber. And let's move to the obelisk. I don't want him to get any of the market cards right now because there's too many points there. So we're 2 points down in the first round of the game. However, we have an advantage because we can put our stones on first. He's probably going to move to the pyramids. Yeah, he did. We're going to move our boat to the obelisk. That gives us a 1 point lead there. Then we're going to have to grab stones from the quarry. It's going to give me the opportunity to fill a boat up. So the question would be, where do we move his boat? Or is he going to put the stone in both boats? So the best bet here would be is if he puts a stone in the other boat. Okay. So we'll do that. So this card's worth 1 point. This card actually could be valuable because it could control how the cards get unloaded. He's probably going to go to the burial chamber. Although this card would be valuable too, and that's what he did. Took the burial chamber. So then he'll throw another one here to get up to 4, which gets him 10 points here. Oh, nice. Well, it really doesn't matter the order here. So we can give him 2 points or we give him 6 points. We're going to give him 2 points. Keep him away from the burial chamber. So we'd split the difference there, 2 points apiece. All right. So if he takes stones, I think we'll grab stones as well. Or we edge him out of the obelisk. That's a possibility too. So we're playing Imhotep on Board Game Arena. Go there. Nice move. Nice blocking move there. Oh, that was stupid. It was a waste of a stone. It goes from left to right, so I actually didn't gain anything by doing that. Except I kept him from covering up our stones. So that's a battle for the burial chamber and the pyramids, probably. 2, 3. The one advantage here is we can use the lever to sail our ship to a site and unload the cards, unload the stones in the order we want to unload them in, which we can leverage to get some points here. So actually, let's sail. Let's go to the marketplace. What's he gonna take? Took the pyramid. Alright, the burial chamber gives us 1. Good chance this card's a little more valuable to us. So we'll pull that. So we are playing Imhotep on Twitch. I am Megas Mandrick. You're watching my channel. Please feel free to follow and subscribe if you like what you're watching. We post highlights up on Adventures with Andrew Megas on YouTube, as well as highlights on Board Game Arena. We'll play sessions up there. So we're playing Imhotep. Kind of mid-game here. So let's see. What do we want to do? We will load from back to front. Apparently we're loading this boat from back to front. Hope everyone's doing well out there tonight. It's Friday night. We are playing board games on Twitch. So, a little bit behind, but we still have time. So let's grab some stones so we can maximize our choices. We'll load onto this boat. Now my goal here is going to be to try to grab some points on the pyramid. Oh, got disconnected. And we're back. And we're disconnected. I went to the market. Interesting choice. Right. We are going to sail. So we get 5 points here. We can get 3 points here. We can get 3 points here, or we can get ourselves in the lead for 10 points there. I think that's what we're going to do. That gives us a 4-2 advantage on the obelisk. So at the end of the game, that would give us a 10 point. We'll jump on here, see where he goes. Okay. So it keeps us tied at 2. We are going to, let's grab 3 stones from the arena, or from the quarry. So, welcome aboard. We are playing Imhotep. It's good to see you on the stream. My name is Andrew Megas. You're watching Megas Mandruk. Please feel free to follow us and subscribe if you want to know when we're playing. We usually stream live on Friday nights. And throughout the weekend, depending on my schedule. So, all right. So let's see. The pyramid and the burial chamber are open to us. So we want to take position 2 because that would give us this 3 points, but it also would put us in a position here. So 2, 3. All right. So we'll put stone in the front here. We'll bite. Is he going to move it, or is he going to load the 4th stone? Decisions. Loaded the 4th stone. All right. So if we put them here, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, which would give him a 6 stone advantage. So we're going to actually take it, sail our ship to the pyramids, and no, you know what? Actually, let's do this. Let's play our lever card. Then we control the order in which we unload everything. So we're going to sail the ship to the pyramids. And now we will unload. So we're going to drop him on the 2 spot. We'll drop us on the 3 spot. Drop him on the 1 spot. And we'll drop us on the 3 spot. So that actually gave us 6 points. That was good round. We're on round 5 now. Almost there. All right. What do we do here? Well, let's hop in the ship. Yep, I figured that. It's going to get 4 points. We get a point for that. All right, we're going to jump on here. Take some stones. We are going to sail to the temple. So that cuts down his point advantage there by 1. Let's see where he takes us. Burial chamber. Okay. That's fine. We'll load us here. Load there. And let's... Well, we have a choice here. We sail here. Let us put a stone on our obelisk. And we could grab the pyramid. Well, yeah, let's go to the market. We'll take advantage of that to build up our obelisk. That should almost guarantee us the victory here. We'll take a chisel. This last round. We have a pretty good opportunity here to keep him from getting the lead. If I was him, I'd probably sail my ship to the temple. Let's see what he does. Actually, if it's getting worse, if he puts a stone on here, we'll sell him to the obelisk, because as long as I have 3 there, he can't catch us, because there's no way to put an extra stone in there. So you put on pyramids. Take 3 stones to the quarry. I'll go with that. Alright, that gives us 10 points for the obelisk. Now the question is, where is he planning to go? My goal is to keep him away from the burial chamber. Let's see what he does. So if he goes to the burial chamber, which he did, we're going to go to the market. I'll just grab a quick pointer of his statue. I don't know, I think it's been pretty tight. I'm not sure we won this game or not. Nope. It's a good game, though. Good game. So that's Imhotep on Twitch. Or on Board Game Arena. I'm on Twitch. That was Board Game Arena. So what I'm going to do is we're going to switch off for a few minutes. I'm going to switch around a little bit, and we're going to do something else for the next hour. So let me just transition back to our music. Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Megas Mandruk. We're going to do something a little different tonight. I've been playing City Skylines all week, so we're going to play that now. We're going to actually start with a fresh map. City building has been one of my favorite things to do. So if anybody has any suggestions in chat which map you want us to start with, I don't have much DLC downloaded right now. This is brand new as far as streaming it online for the first time. But definitely want to play a little bit. We'll see how far we can build in the next 45 minutes to an hour. You're watching City Skylines. We're going to try to build ourselves a city. So, any suggestions for a map? Any City Skyline people out there? If not, we'll pick one ourselves. How about we start? Let's see. Let's do. Let's try Cliffside down. Let's go with Foggy Hills. So we'll call our city. Let's see, end of February. Let's call it Cupidville. No, let's call it. What should we call it? Any suggestions for a name? Anybody out there? If not, we will call it Magisville. There you go. That's creative. All right, let's get started. So you normally start with an area of ground, a ramp off of the highway. So the first step is to set up your basic infrastructure, which requires putting a road up, adding a water source, adding a power source, and starting to zone your area. So normally I've been playing lately with building my own little roundabout. Initially when you start, you only have access to straight roads, one-lane roads. So we're going to try to, we'll start that way and we'll go from there. So, all right. So we will set the options. We're going to do night and day. Let the help screens come up. So let's take a look at the area. So this is where we start in the dotted lines here. Other areas will become visible as or available to us to purchase. So we're going to try to build close to the river. Looks like we have some forest here, some agrarian areas here. So we'll try to build our first area in here. Maybe we'll bring it out a little bit and use this area so we could keep the woods for harvesting later. So the first thing we'll do to make it easy on ourselves, I like to normally keep the view overhead in the initial start, and I usually build the first with a pause. We're going to use a freeform road so that we can curve it. Now the one thing you don't want to do this early in the game, let's bring the road out a little bit. The one thing you do not want to do this early in the game is overbuild. It's a common mistake that could cause problems for you. So we're just going to build a little, almost a roundabout, not quite. Just don't want to make it too big. And then the goal will be, once we establish this, is we will eventually convert this into a 2-lane highway to help keep our traffic flowing. Now off to the side here, I'm going to, there we go. We're going to build our industrial area over here right now. So I'm going to build a really small, let's switch back to the straight road for the moment. I'm going to build a really small area here just to start. Take it back in. So this will be our industrial area. Our power plant will go here, our water lines and everything else. Over here, what we will do is we will launch off the beginning of our residential area. create a short city block. Let's go about that big initially. Run that off the traffic circle here. And then last but not least, we need some commercial real estate. So we'll just put a short block here to act as our initial commercial zone. And that should be enough to get us started. So the demand meters are down here. You can see that they want it residential to start with. So normally what I like to do is I'll throw, the circle will tell you how big the grids are. So come in here and we'll build 2 grids so that we can completely zone this out if we wanted to. So the way we zone is we click on the zoning tab, we choose our residential. Initially you have light densities. We have to get up to a city in order to get larger density, and I normally don't leave fill on all the time because I like to have a little control. I like to be able to dump municipal buildings in at some point, but for now we will just highlight this whole area. We'll paint it for residential inside the blocks here, because we're going to leave this first block just become residential area. Alright, now before we turn the clock on, we will set up our power source. So I normally begin with a coal plant. I like to leave room here for a couple coal plants, and we'll leave room for a landfill over here. We need a water source, so we'll choose the water pumps, and you can see here which way the water runs. This is really important. You want to put your water source upstream from your drain. If you don't do that, you will make a lot of people sick. So we'll drop the drain down here, allowing for future expansion. Next step, we need to put some power in so that these things will run. So we'll drop a power line from here to here. We will drop another power line from here to here. Now you'll notice I don't run it connected directly to it. All you have to do is get into that blue grid. That blue grid is your power grid. So as long as your pole is within there, it'll run for you. The next step we have to do is put some piping in. So let's pipe out our grid. So we'll run some pipe along our residential section. Or I mean our industrial section is where we're going to put it. We'll take it across to the residential section. Now you don't want to overdo your pipe, but you also don't want to skimp on it, at least this early in the game. And then we have to connect it up so it runs. And then we'll run a loop here to kind of cover everything. And now our map is ready to start, in my opinion. So let's get the clock going and watch some people move in. So normally we'll start off with a couple of residences. The other thing we need is a power line. So we're going to grab it from here. We'll take it there, and we'll take it over to here. Now you can see as the power grid's growing, what's happening is, when we turn off electricity, you'll see some lots are being built. Now, if we wait a few minutes, the power grid will automatically transmit across. So initially, while these may not show power, they'll pretty quickly get some. So, and now with that, our city's off and we're building. So I tend to like to set things up, let it build for a little bit, slow it down, make some other stuff. So now our economy panel's open. So right now we just have access to the basic budget, which is fine. So let's see what happens. If you want to get a feel for the land, you can see there's a raised area up here. If I remember right, this map, this is agrarian. There's a forest district over here, and I think there might be ore in here too. That'll come in handy as we grow later. So, but for now, let's see what our little rinky-dink little village here is going to produce for us. So I am Andrew Megas. We are playing online gaming with Megas Mandrew. Typically play board games, however tonight I've been playing City Skylines a lot lately, so I felt like streaming City Skylines tonight. So we're mixing it up a little bit tonight. I like to play all sorts of video games. Most of them digital board game adaptations, but I've also played other things like Fall Guys and Sea Skylines and other games on Twitch. I post highlights for my games up on YouTube under Adventures with Andrew Megas, so we'll start a playlist up there with some Sea Skylines stuff in it. If you like what you're seeing, let me know in the chat. And please feel free to follow me and subscribe. And if you let me know that you like Sea Skylines, I'll do more. I'll play more with this game. Typically, I stream on Friday nights, but I also stream throughout the weekend when I'm available. But we're playing Cities Skylines right now. So, all right. So now you can see we're starting to get some demand for commercial. So we'll put the commercial zone in now. Initially, I just zone the whole thing, but later on, I'll be a little more discreet about what I leave open. So for now, we're just going to build out the whole area, the whole initial area there. We're going to have to run some electric over there. So what we'll do is we'll just dump it like right about here. And we'll take the water over there as well. So I'm going to grab it from here, bring it over that way, and then we will connect it back. Now, normally when I build this, I don't normally build in the roundabout. I try to leave the roundabout open. If anything, when we get trees and things, I'll plant some trees in here and some shrubbery. But this initial property here should start our power grid connecting, and our water lines are already in place. So we're doing good. Now we need some industry, because you can't have a city without industry. So let's put our industrial zones in now. So we will zone this whole inside part here. And zone this, this, and this. I don't want to go too far. As you may know, if you get too close to a residential area, the residents don't like that. The noise and the pollution really gets on their nerves. So we don't want to get too far in here with the industrial zone. So we'll build out the industrial zone here. I want to leave this area over here for landfills. Leave this area for the power grid, for my power plants. I had a horrible map earlier in the week. I built a map and ended up killing my population with the plague. So it was not a fun map. My population was dying off left and right. I couldn't figure out why. Here it turned out I was backing sewage up into them. So you gotta be really careful with that. Starting to get dusk. Looks like we're going to need a lot more industry. So let's see. Let's build. We'll build our industrial park down in this direction. Actually, we really don't want a one-way road. Not right away. So. There we go. That should be enough to industry to start with. And we already ran our grid down there because we're draining out through there. That's a good thing. So let's see. So we've already started to get a good jump on our city. Still expecting more residential. There's a little demand for residential. Let's see. So what we'll do is let's add in another couple blocks. So what we'll do is we're going to build out. I think we'll build out this way. Now the horizontal blue lines there you see give you an idea where the zoning will go on either side of the highway. So if we come here, that will allow us to zone without any interruptions in between. So we're going to build, I'm going to put a couple blocks here just to, a little too far there. Let's bulldoze that. out to here. Bring that one down. You don't want to have too many intersections just because you don't want to have a problem with traffic being congested, but we're going to connect these for now. So you notice in most cities you drive in, usually they run one-way streets back and forth, so that's what we're going to do here. Use that plan initially. Now here's where I'm going to start to get a little more careful with how I zone, because I want to be able to leave some space for municipal buildings in my zoning. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an area where we leave some opening for us to put municipal stuff in. Just like that. I'm going to leave this part unbuffered right now because it's really close here. And we'll totally zone this one in. We'll totally zone across the bottom here. And I think I'm also going to zone for the most part this side. We'll zone it down. If we decide we want to build on the streets there, they'll demolish things and rebuild it as needed. So now we have enough residents set up, we have enough industry set up. Now it's just a matter of waiting a little bit. So I'm just trying to get development in here. Let's make sure our pipes are connected. So we're going to sewer line down there. I usually like to try to follow under the streets just like we would a real town. Oh, we're out of money. That's okay. No problem. We can fix that. So, seeing this right now, our budget, we can't do anything tax or loans yet. So, let's give it a little time. Let's speed up the clock. Hopefully we'll get. You can see our losses, or we're steadily gaining population, so we hopefully will have enough to begin to turn the corner. So let's just leave it run for a little bit. Now they will complain about water for a little bit, but hopefully we can get to 400. That'll give us a bonus, and then we'll fix the water lines. So we're ready to slow it down. We're almost there. We should hit the magic number very shortly. We are looking for the number 440. Almost there. Here it comes. Oh. Toying with it. There we go. Okay, so with the hamlet, we're able to create taxes, loans, we get garbage, healthcare, and education, landfills, elementary schools, and medical clinics. Plus, we get a nice little bonus here. So we're going to use our bonus to put in our water lines. Finish our water line here so that we don't have unhappy residents. And we will add a landfill so we don't have problems with garbage, which we said we were going to put over here. And let's add in some healthcare. Right there. That's why we left that space. And let's get cooking. So now we have some info views available. We can see the amount of electricity we have, which looks good. We're in the green with water. Our landfill is set up and running. We have no education yet, but we'll take care of that soon. Notice there's a little pipe issue here. What's the problem? I'm not sure why there's some lack of water. Let's take a look. Not enough water. Alright, so let's do this. For some reason, they don't seem to be a thing. There we go. There it goes. It's gone. All right. So let's see. Our happiness. Yeah, we're getting there. We're not too worried about right now. Healthcare. Everybody's pretty healthy here. Let's take a look at our traffic grid. So you'll see right now it's mostly green, so we're doing okay for the moment. Pollution is localized to the industrial. Noise pollution, you notice how commercial and industry cause noise pollution. We want to keep our residents happy and quiet. That's one way to do it. Outside connections, the purple shows what we're importing goods or importing goods. Blue shows that we're ore products. And then our exports, don't have any right now, but that'll change shortly. And then our roads. So by using the junctions here, close that. By using our roads here, we can click on any route and see how the traffic is flowing. We can talk about priority roads later. You can also rename anything in City Skylines. We're not going to do that right away. But let's get busy growing our city. So let's take a look at what's happening here. Show off our junctions. Take a look here. We see the residential demand is growing again. So let's start to expand our block structure here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out. Take out another. Actually, that was not the way I wanted to do it. You have to watch what when you're laying roads down, because if you have the wrong road selected, you have to back it up. Alright, so now we're going to build our grid out this way. I like this game's way of laying out these blocks because SimCity, which I used to play, the different versions, really didn't give you this kind of guidance when you were laying things out. So it's a welcome change of pace here. So let's build there. And we'll add more residences. This whole thing. Residential zone. So we'll leave some room in here for fire and police. So we may change our mind, come back later and fill it in, but for now we're going to just leave it the way it is. I don't want to build too many residences on this side because we don't want to get too close to here. The design I've worked with lately has been to try to build a beltway around the main part of the city here. We do come over onto this other shore, so maybe we can exploit this area later. River flows this way, so we have plenty of room to put water up, but once we start dumping sewage in, this whole part gets polluted until we get to a water treatment facility. So, alright. We probably need to... Nope, our water pipes are good for now. Let's check our zoning. Yep, everybody's inside the zoning there. Alright. Looks like they're not getting water over here, though, so let's add another. So, like I said, I normally try to build my pipes realistically with how you would build pipes in a town. I try to run them under the streets. I bring the power grid over just enough. I don't like to have too many poles above ground. As the city fills in, I actually sometimes remove all these poles so that they don't clutter the landscape. So, but that's the core start of our city. So we're up to 724 people so far. Let's soup it up and see what happens for a little bit. We're making $1,372 a week. So we're making money. Let it run for a little bit. Keep our eye on demand meters here. And so far, so good. So, you're watching Andrew Megas. We're playing Friday Night City Skylines. This is a new stream for me. Normally I play board games, but lately I've really had a hankering to build a city. City building games are one of my favorite types of games. I love empire building, city building simulations and stuff. I played SimCity. I was just talking to a friend of mine earlier about Sims. And I don't know if you remember, but SimCity. I had the first Maxis SimCity like years ago, which kind of dates me. But I also like to play. I bought every version of SimCity up through like 2008, 2010. When Maxis kind of sold off some of their SimCity business to the other company, I can't remember its name off the top of my head. Oh, we're a village now. So this gives us fire departments, police departments, unique buildings, our specialized districts, power usage, water usage, smoking policies. Haven't done too much of policies yet, but we also are able to buy new areas as well. So that's great. So let's pause here and let's put in some infrastructure. So anyway, like I was saying, I like to play. I played SimCity 1 to like SimCity 4. SimCity 2000 I remember playing. My favorite SimCity though was SimCity 2. And not because of SimCity so much, but they came out with a release called SimCopter. I thought SimCopter was the greatest thing in the world because not only could you build the city, you could fly through it. That was such a fantastic game. Back in the old days, Railroad Tycoon was the other game I played back then quite a bit. I don't know if you remember Railroad Tycoon, Sid Meier's Railroad Tycoon. It was a great game. All right, so let's drop our fire department here. Get everybody happy. We will drop a police department in here just to keep our crime rate down. And already we've spent most of that bonus we got, so let's crank it up again and continue running. We're getting a demand for more people want to live here. That's wonderful. So let's build a place for them that they can live and play in our fantastic little Magusville. Right, we're not going to let this area go untouched. Yeah, it was a little deceiving. I didn't think the circles were in the right place, but they were. Alright. Oh, we're out of money. Oh, hang on, we'll drop it soon. There it is. Oh. There we go. Okay, let's zone it out. Now I'm going to leave room here for our schools. So put the schools in there. Paint this all out. And the other area we're not going to paint right now would be this area here next to the commercial. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with that yet. Let's dezone all that. Now we do have some demand for more commercial zones, so let's take care of that. Let's bring our commercial zone over a bit more. No, we just have to wait for money. Oh, we're out of We've managed to knock out our electricity. My mistake. It's like when the power line comes along, the squirrel jumps in your substation. Sorry about that, folks. We did not mean to kill all the commerce. Okay, so we're missing some water here. There we go. Need a little more water. Then we'll take a look at districting things. We have more views on our... We have almost all the views open now, so... Looks like our grid is... Oh, there's one little area here that doesn't have water. Alright. So we could fix that. As long as it's hooked into the big circle, we'll be good. Alright, so now let's district some stuff out here. So let's pause the game for a second. Let's take a look at what our districts are like, or what our land's like. So you can tell where to put districts in by looking at our natural resources. As you can see up here, the dark green. Oh, by the way, we're playing City Skyline on Steam, so this is the PC version of it. My family likes to play on the Xbox version as well. Xbox Game Pass, and it's on there. So let's see. So we have a forest district here. We have agrarian here, so we may want to save some of this to see if we could build some farming. Really isn't a lot of... Here's some ore here. Some agrarian over here as well. But our initial zone has mostly some agriculture, some forestry. A whole bunch of forestry here. So the way you create districts, which is kind of cool because it goes over and it lays to names just like real towns do. So you choose your forest industry, you choose your drawing tool, and you just draw where you want to put the district at. So let's turn on our... So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the whole area here. This will be one forest district. We'll make this a district. We will create a little district over in here. So those are forest districts. And then we'll create an agricultural district out of this area. So let's make it out of two parts. So one will be here. One will be here. We'll wrap that around that way. Just like that. Alright. So there's our districts for our first map. Now you can build there like normal and everything, but it just gives us some character and variety in our map there. Plus it also makes sure that when we start building industries out in those areas, it gives us goods to import and export from. So it helps to build up our commerce. Alright. That's our city. That's our fledgling town at night. Looks like there's a... Oh, yep, we forgot to put the pipes in here. Let's finish fleshing out the... commercial area. I don't normally like to leave them hanging like I did over here, but we did that just to be able to make sure that they weren't without water. The reason for that is it seems to me sometimes that when you just let them hanging open like that, they tend to cause backups and pollution. So we are playing City Skylines on Twitch. I'm Andrew Magus. You're watching Magus Mandruk on Twitch. Please follow us or subscribe if you want to see us streaming. We try to stream on Friday nights and on weekends here and there. We play Minecraft, we play digital board games, and we've added City Skylines to our repertoire. So that's what we're playing right now. So this is our first city building attempt with all of you. We are playing, this is, let's take a look at our city statistics. So, yep, yeah, it's a good place. So far, so good. Let's go back to the game. Not going to do anything with policies just yet. So, we do not have a clinic yet. We'll build one of those the next time around. Hopefully our citizens will avoid getting sick for now. Yeah, garbage, fire, police. So far so good. Probably going to want to put a second fire company over here at some point. So Now notice the demand for commerce and industry is growing. So let's see what we can zone out here. So let's build the back half of our industrial park. Zone part of this. We want to leave some of this for future power plants. We'll zone this in and we'll zone that in. Enough room for our landfill, which is right here. Yeah, you can kind of see the outline of the landfill in the dark. All right, so there's our industrial zone. Commercial. So we actually have to enlarge our commercial zone a little bit in order to provide more. So we started building here. We're going to bring it up to here and back in. So we'll continue to do that, and we'll put our commerce here and up here. Incorporate it there. All right. Let's check our water grid out, make sure we have enough. Oh yeah, for the most part it's watered. That's kind of cool. So let's actually take the pipe out here, connect it back down here, and we can actually, I think we can actually bulldoze the pipe here. Yep, there we go, the water grid. You don't want to leave too much extra pipe out there, only because it costs you. Every pipe you have costs you money, so we don't want to do too much. So now there's our city. So let's let it percolate for a little bit, and we'll see what happens next. Looks like everything that could grow is grown. We may end up having to add more residential blocks. Oh, we're a tiny town. We hit 1,400 people. That was pretty quick. This gives us landscaping, gives us parks and plazas, parking bans, canals. Haven't done much with canals, but it gives us a whole bunch of recreational facilities. The high school, the public library, some amusements, Japanese garden, dog park. So let's get busy beautifying some stuff here. So it gives us 23,000. So now we can afford to put our medical clinic in. So let's dump our medical clinic right in the center of the town here. We have a police department. Our fire coverage is a little spotty, so let's throw a fire company over here. All right, and let's add some. It's a park. We'll put the park. You can see the green circle. That shows you like where the park will cover. So it's most of our residential area right now. So let's actually put it right there. All right. And then we could do some landscaping. Let's put some trees around. So it's kind of hard to see here, but let's take a look. That's the canal. Oh, these are some stones. We could put boulder. Let's throw a boulder there. I'll put one there. Alright. That should give us some character. And dawn is breaking over our little tiny town. So what we can do is let's take a look at our tax panel. So what we will do is I normally like to take my taxes up to 10%. There we go. All right, cool. So we definitely need more living space. So, let's check our power consumption. Oh, We're close to being out of power here. That's not good. So I think we're about ready to put another power plant in. So let's see, 19,000. So we don't have enough to do that yet. So let's actually put. So the beauty here is on this map down here by the river, we can actually get 8 megawatts of energy right here. So put the windmill there. And that should add some electricity back into our power grid. Yep, not bad. So actually what we could do, now that I think about it, is we can take a loan out. Let's do that, and we'll build another coal plant just to... You don't want to use coal too long because it creates a lot of pollution. But at least that will safeguard our grid for a while. So that gives us plenty of electricity to work with. Excuse me. So we have some new buildings. We have some monuments. I don't have a lot of money for them right now. Gotta watch. We need water here, so we'll connect that pipe. All right. So there's a demand for people. So let's get some more citizens in our little community here. So we need to build out. Alright, so dump some residential stuff in here. We'll leave space for a park in the middle of this block. And this block out. And then we will run a water line. Just need to connect some more. Oh, there's a fire. Uh-oh, here comes the fire engine. I love the animations in this game. Yeah, took care of a fire, put it out. There you go. And crisis averted. That's cool. What's happening? Oh, that's not good. There you go. Let's give you water. All right. Our next milestone will be at 2,400 people. So you'll see here it says you could buy new land. Now you don't really want to buy new land unless you're ready to develop it. I made the mistake of buying land early on in one game, and it actually cost me the ability to expand my area the way I wanted to. So let's accelerate our time up and see where this takes us. Keep an eye on your gauges. That's the way I like to play this game. Is I usually keep my eye on the gauges here and watch what's happening. So you can see there's a growing demand for more commerce, which should be over here. So what we could do is we'll pause it. Let's take a look at how we can add commerce in. So maybe what we could do is let's add an egress into the commercial zone.